What's up YouTube, Dreamkiller coming at you in another video, and we have a very special video for you today, a very special review. And I meant to do this way earlier in the day today. It's like 10:30 where I am at night, and I was supposed to do this in the middle of the day, and right now it's dark, there's shadows. I apologize. I gotta do what I gotta do, but that will not stop me from reviewing the most highly anticipated movie of this year. A movie 10 years in the making. Avengers Infinity War. I just saw it last night, and it took a while for my mind to process what I saw. So, which is why, and also personal time too, it was why this video took longer than it should have to make. And it probably won't be uploaded until tomorrow, but right now I'm filming it on Saturday, so you'll probably see it on Sunday. But before we get ahead with this review, I cannot stress enough, this first half will be spoiler free. The next half will have spoilers. This video has spoilers for Infinity War. If you have not seen Infinity War, stop this video immediately. I don't even care if you're sticking around for the spoiler-free section. Still, stop this video and go watch this movie and come back, because this, I think the best way that's been described is this movie is the Empire Strikes Back of this generation, the Luke, I am your father type of spoilers. And I'm sorry for people that still haven't seen Empire Strikes Back and are just realizing that. Come on, it's been years now. But it's that kind of big deal. Spoilers are rampant here. Don't get pissed off if you continue to watch this movie and you're just ruining it for yourself. So stop this video, go watch the movie, come back. I look forward to your views. That being said, let's get first into the spoiler-free section. I will do my best to avoid spoilers at this point, but it's gonna be hard. Let's start with the fact that this movie is the most ambitious movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe to date. This is 10 years in the making. It's so many actors, so many characters put into this movie, and do they do it justice? I'm happy to report yes. Everyone gets a fair amount of screen time. No character is shied away. Everyone gets their time. It is just perfectly coursed. Everyone has their role in this movie. Everything is filmed beautifully. The music is on point. The emotions, everything. Speaking of emotions, this movie is an emotional roller coaster ride, because you have your somber moments and your comedic and humorous moments, which I was not expecting. Let's get this one thing straight. I was expecting this movie to be just straight up serious from beginning to end, but no. The movie has its fair share of humorous moments, and it's great. It's great. I don't want to spoil anything. Even when I get into the spoilers, I don't want to give up the fucking hilarity that ensues in this movie. You really have to go see this movie to witness the hilarity that Robert Downey Jr. brings as Iron Man, as always. God bless him. Tom Holland as Spider-Man, Thor, Peter Quill, Star-Lord, Drax. Everyone brings their own humor into this. Well, not all, but some. And it's mixed in pretty damn well with the serious moments, because you'll be having your serious moments, and there's a lot of them. There is a lot of serious moments in this movie, but then it kind of, gives you a fresh breath of air, seeing those serious moments, seeing those emotional moments, and then having those community moments kind of calm you down. It's blended together beautifully. It's an emotional roller coaster ride, but in the good way. Acting's on point. These are top-grade actors: Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, Benedict Cumberbatch. I'm forgetting a lot of names, so it's a lot of people. But everyone does their job to a T. Music is fantastic. Set design, the CGI for Thanos, played by Josh Brolin. I thought it was going to be terrible, but it was actually pretty decently done well. Josh Brolin embraces the role of Thanos pretty well, and we will get to that in spoilers. So, I want to get to the spoilers already. So, this movie, to end this spoiler-free section, this movie gets a thumbs up in my opinion. You need to go see it now. It is highly worth going to the theater right now, spending your hard-earned money to go see this movie. It is an experience that you cannot miss out whatsoever. This is, like I said, the quote many people that have done this review before I even got a chance to do my review. This is a moment in cinematic history, this movie, that people in this generation will remember for years and years to come, like many other movies before. This is a moment in cinematic history, and it's a beautiful moment in cinematic history. Whether some people like it or not, I'm not going to name names, James Cameron, but that's a different rant for another time. I have a big rant for that. But this is a cinematic experience that you need to witness firsthand. Go see this movie. Go see this movie. Okay, that's it. That's it for the spoiler-free section. We're going to get into spoilers. Like I said, you have been fairly warned. If you haven't been fairly warned, let me give you this. If that wasn't enough to fucking stop you from watching this movie, I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. You must be very masochistic. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. Final warning. Everyone, well, not everyone, almost half of the characters in this movie are dead. Quote unquote, dead. Oh, there's just so many people that are dead. I'm very unprofessional right now, and I need to get my phone because me and my friends were having this conversation while this was going on about who was dying. We had a big conversation, so let me just pull out my phone right now. Okay, so this is pretty much the list of people that are dead right now. Vision, dead. Well, actually, no. Let's go up in order. Gamora, no, not even Gamora. Loki was the first to die. In the first 5 minutes of the movie, Thanos attacked. We saw from the after credits scene in Thor Ragnarok that Thanos' ship came right in the direction of Thor's ship with all of his Asgardian citizens in tow. So we knew that Thor's ship was going to get attacked, and this movie starts out with that attack. It's brutal, it's chaotic, so much is happening. Thor already has been tied down. He's down for the count. Hulk tries to get in, and it was a funny setup for Hulk. It's like Loki quoting in the first Avengers movie, "We have a Hulk," and Hulk just comes in and just tries to beat the shit out of Thanos, but Thanos bites back and kicks Hulk's ass. It's very sad, and in that first 5 minutes, Loki dies. I wish this was a cop-out, because Loki's died many times. But unfortunately, this seems like a permanent death. I don't think Loki is coming back. And it's very somber. It I wouldn't say I started tearing up at that point, but there was some emotion because it's Loki. I love Loki. He's like one of the best MCU villains to date. He's really the only good villain we've had in the MCU, unfortunately. I mean, if anyone wants to fucking counteract my argument to that, by all means, comment down below and tell me who's your favorite MCU villain. I will eat my words and I will give my opinions. We'll have a debate. I don't mind, having arguments, debates. I would love to have it. So anyone who has their favorite MCU villain, comment down below. But Loki, in my opinion, was the best MCU villain to date, except for Thanos. Thanos, ignoring him, Loki was the villain. And now he's gone. He's the most sympathetic person in the MCU, and he's gone. And that just, it struck a chord with me. And it struck a chord with Thor. You can definitely tell he was very not happy with that his brother, his only brother, adopted or not, is dead. Next death, Gamora. Gamora hit me hard so badly. So, playing out the scene, Thanos is looking, he's already got most of the Infinity Stones. He just needed the Soul Gem and the Mind, and the Time Gem, and I keep calling them gems, stones. This is what got me fucked up, is like, in the movies they call them the Infinity Stones. I've always known them as the Infinity Gems. Why they needed to change that, I don't know. That's a nitpick in my opinion for the MCU. That's the only nitpick I've ever had. But yeah, I'm gonna probably go back and forth between gem and stone. But Thanos has most of the stones. He just needed the time, the soul, and the mind stone. Getting the soul stone, he threatened Gamora with her sister's death if she didn't tell her what the soul stone was. The soul stone is on some planet I don't know anything about. Please comment down below if you know anything about it. It takes us to this planet where we see the most unexpected cameo of all time. I did not see this coming a mile away. Red Skull is in this movie. Yeah, you all remember Red Skull? No, you probably didn't. First Captain America movie, he was the villain. We all thought he was dead. He got sucked up by the Tesseract into the void of space. We all thought he was dead, but he probably is dead, but he ended up being in this movie as like, kind of like in the persona of death. I kind of thought at first that it was death meeting Thanos, and you know, that would have been a callback to the comic books because Thanos is in love with, has a very strange love with death. But no, it's the Red Skull telling him how to get the mind or the soul stone, what he has to do, and it's the fucked up thing is he has to sacrifice something that he loved. And this made you think, oh, Thanos doesn't have anything that he loves, but then turns around with a tear in his eye, looks at Gamora, and you're like, oh shit. And he just tosses Gamora off the cliff to claim the soul stone. And the death it definitely struck a chord with me even more than Loki, because the death was so fucked up and so emotionally driven, and that's when the tears were starting to form, but not quite yet. Then this isn't a death, but I almost thought that Iron Man was gonna die, because in the fight on Titan, they had a fight with the Guardians and Iron Man and Doctor Strange and Spider-Man. They all had their fight, and Thanos almost kills Iron Man. And that's when I started to cry a little bit, because I really thought Iron Man was gonna die at that point. But then Doctor Strange stops Thanos, gives him the Time Stone, and lets Iron Man live. But then Thanos comes down to Earth, beats everyone to a living pulp, takes the Mind Stone away from Vision, kills the Vision in the process, because he just rips that thing off of his forehead, killing him. And, like in the comic book, snaps his fingers. Almost everyone, starts dying. So let's go off the list here. Well, I already said Vision, dead. Black Panther, dead. Winter Soldier, dead. Groot, that was when I started crying a little bit. Dead. Mantis, dead. Drax, dead. Star-Lord, dead. Doctor Strange, dead. But this one, oh yeah, Falcon, dead. But this one struck me the most, and it's the one that made me blubber like a baby, and made me say fuck Marvel and Disney, because we just got him back from Sony. Spider-Man died. Spider-Man was one of the unfortunate victims that disappeared into ashes. With a snap of fingers, dead. And it was so emotional because it was all that scene. It's like he was like going like, I don't want to die. He's holding Tony, and Tony just doesn't know what to do. And he's like, I don't want to die. I don't want to go. And he just eviscerates into ash. And that's when I cried like a baby, because one, Spider-Man's my favorite superhero. He will always be my favorite superhero no matter what. And the fact that we just got him, we just got the movie rights back from Sony, and they kill him. I mean, granted, here's why I say that all these characters are quote-unquote dead. I think in the next Avengers movie they're gonna bring some of these guys back. I have not. Some of them are not gonna come back. I get that. I definitely know for a fact more on maybe Loki are not gonna come back. But it's way up in the air where some of these superheroes are gonna come back, who's not gonna come back. But I know for a fact Spider-Man is gonna come back because they already planned a second movie with him. And I know probably Black Panther's gonna come back because all these new superheroes that they just started, they had to come back because they already got movies planned out for them. But it still hurt me emotionally that Spider-Man died. Because it's Spider-Man's my favorite superhero. And to see him die was just an emotional impact on my heart. And I cried like a baby. So, yeah, there was a lot of death. And many of us didn't think that Disney and Marvel had the balls to do this. That they were just going to kill these off and somehow bring them back within the same time it existed. But nope, they're done. They're dead. And the movie ends like in the comic book, where Thanos just sits on an island or something, looks at the sunset with a smile on his face, contemplating what he just did. And the movie ends like that. And we also have our after credit scene, where Nick Fury and his agent, I think it was Agent Hill, they both disappeared. And again, it was like Nick Fury, man, motherfucking Samuel L. Jackson's gone? Really? But before he disappears, he calls in a beeper. The beeper drops and we see an image of Captain Marvel's symbol, which means he's calling in Captain Marvel, which will lead into the Captain Marvel movie that's coming up way after this. I don't know when the exact date for Captain Marvel is supposed to come out, but it's supposed to take place in the 90s, way before this, and eventually she'll show up in the Avengers 4. But yeah, holy fuck. My little head was so wrapped around it, I just couldn't even begin. But getting past the death, what else did we see? We saw Thor. He's got a new eye now. What was it? Rocky found him an eye and gave it to him. So he's got his eye back now. I was kind of happy by that. And he also went to the same dying star where he got Mjolnir from to forge a new weapon, Stormbringer. I like Stormbringer. They forged it. They used Groot's hand as the handle. It was cool seeing. And here's another cameo I did not expect this person to make. Peter Dinklage. From Game of Thrones. I was not expecting. He plays the dwarf that helps Thor and helps Thor forge this weapon. And it's cool. I mean, he plays a dwarf, but they have him like CGI to where he's huge. I don't know what the point of that was, since I mean dwarves are supposed to be small, and that was the perfect way to have Peter Dinklage, since he is a small person. I don't know what the non-offensive term is for that, but he is a little person. So it wouldn't make sense to make him a dwarf, but for some reason they CGI'd him to be large. I guess dwarves in Norse mythology are huge. I don't understand that. Please, again, someone comment down below. Give me some knowledge on Norse mythology, because I don't know that much. But yeah, that's cool. Thor's with the Guardians, and him with the Guardians was kind of funny. Thor, his sense of humor from Thor Ragnarok is still intact. I enjoy that very much. And I love the scenes with Iron Man, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange. I love it, and especially love too with Doctor Strange and Tony Stark. Their two egos coming together, and they do not like each other. Their egos are too big for one another to comprehend, but then they start to kind of understand each other a little bit. They still hate each other, but they put it aside to, for the greater good. If I'm gonna be missing a whole lot of stuff. There was so much to dig into, but I think the most important thing was telling everyone who's seen this movie. I'm hoping you all seen this movie. Otherwise, I just ruined it for you, and I apologize. But I told you, spoilers. There's been a lot of death. There's been a lot of death in this movie, and I have no idea where they're gonna go from here. Oh yeah, also, Ant-Man and Hawkeye were missing from this movie for obvious reasons. They explain why they chose to go into hiding or into. Well, we already know that Ant-Man is under house arrest after Civil War, and I guess Hawkeye chose to go out back into hiding for his family's sake. But obviously they're gonna come back once Ant-Man's done his movie with Ant-Man and the Wasp. And I know they've already shot scenes in Avengers 4 with Hawkeye. They're both gonna be coming back for Avengers 4. But I don't know what the hell. And also, again, Captain Marvel's gonna be in it. But I don't know what the hell they're gonna do with this. I don't know how the hell they top this. This, like I said, this is a cinematic moment that must be seen to believe. It's a part of cinematic history that we all have witnessed, need to have witnessed, and it's just an overall fantastic movie, an ambitious movie, a movie 10 years in the making, 10 years of the MCU that started way back in 2008 with the first Iron Man movie. It's astounding. It's Marvel, you've done an amazing job with this cinematic universe. DC, you really need to do your homework and learn from Marvel, or at least can some people from Marvel just go over to DC and help them out with the DCEU, because they really need help right now. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna put that box of rabbits and save that for a different occasion. But yeah, this is a fantastic movie. Go see it. I highly recommend it. It gets my thumbs up. Go see this movie. You will not regret it. That's it. That's all I got to say. Thank you all for watching. If you liked this video, hit the thumbs up button because my channel grows because of it. Subscribe because, as always, I have many more videos to come like this. Please subscribe. It always helps with a small-time YouTuber like me. Thank you all for watching. I'm Dreamkiller. Nerds keep on rocking, and Marvel fans, you keep on rocking as well.